And back again. We are here. On the forefront. Oh boy. With the Festival of Colors. Hello everyone. We're back. Back at it. Back with the slad. Back with the art. And back with our players. And back with you! Hello. Hi guys. We think you're great. And we're great too. So let's celebrate that before we get into this. Number 1. Giveaway! Whoa! Look at this! You better join this giveaway and get this One Night World, because I'm plowing through this right now. Because today is going to be interesting. So yes, One Night World, wonderful little improv deception game. I advise you to get in that giveaway. Give us some retweets if you can, as well as a follow if you'd like as well, to sort of help the community bust out all of its charm. But beyond that, I think we also need to talk about Indigo's wonderful, absolutely fantastic overlays. Because, good gosh, this has been one of the best rides ever, and one of the most beautiful ones, thanks to this wonderful overlay that I think you should indulge in. Beyond that, I really just... You can feel it. It's that day. It's that day. Are you guys ready?
Yes?
No,
Okay.
no,
No?
no. I am not ready.
Well,
no, I'm
here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna start the Festival of Colors. And before we do, though, we'll go ahead and give a little prologue. We'll give the idea of what happened recently. I don't want to talk about it. You guys tell them what happened last time.
I almost died twice, and Abby almost died once. Well, we might as well just leave it at that.
We were fighting a big green slatty and 2 blue slatty. And so we were fighting, and it was hard. And then Miyako's character was like, "Oh yeah, I got a health potion from the weird clinic. Let me just swallow this and gain some health back." And so she swallowed all of it. And
It wasn't enough.
It was not enough.
It had just enough to bring me down to 0 and knock me unconscious.
It literally, yeah. It
Let
literally.
me tell you, I normally don't get mad on stream.
It was so bad.
That's probably the first time that I've gotten, like, legitimately angry on stream. Like, to the point where I almost rage quit and walked off stream.
It was lovely.
That's
it was
how bad it
so lovely.
And I apologize for that. I did not mean for that to, for my emotions to get the better of me, but
No.
So
Shows how genuine it was.
yeah, it was bad.
And thankfully, the gang had some help from the other individual they had come to talk to, a individual known as Alaire, who is a lore for all kinds of sorts.
He is a character.
He does a lot of dancing.
He does a lot
He's
of
very
dancing.
good with his. He's good with his hips.
Yes,
Good at that.
they do not lie.
Dang it! Dang it! He beat me to it.
Sorry. But also thanks to the help of Pikri, the little kobold, who came by to aid you as well. 2 of them casting their spells, weakening these
It was the real
Slatty. And you guys were able
Are
to
we
defeat
losing
them.
4?
What? I'm here.
Nope.
We're losing.
Wait for it.
Wait.
Oh,
Whoa.
Us?
Easy there.
you're
Hold on.
frozen.
I got frozen. Well, now I'm back.
Yeah, you're.
Was it at least a good frozen? Was I handsome?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did someone screenshot that?
Nope. You better not have.
And the stream froze as well.
No.
I think it's gonna be back in a second. Yeah, internet
It's very
connection.
I
stoppy.
hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me refresh it. I don't know.
All right, yeah, we just had a hiccup. That's all.
Cool.
So that's where we stand right now. You guys had pumped out a lot of spells. You'd lost a lot of hit points, and we decided to take a long rest.
So then, are we completely like full up on everything?
Yeah, everybody's full up on everything. Now, Maddox was able to chat with some of his child companions that roam the streets, I guess, the gangs that he has befriended.
My street gang of urchins, street urchins.
Exactly. Using Blind Rabbit's authority to sort of get what she could about the Crimson, this tattooed woman that seems to be pursued by them, among other things that are happening within Braunfels, which is the city, the town that is holding this wonderful festival. And the Slatty have something planned. You don't know exactly what will take place, but you know that today's the day. The Festival of Colors has begun.
Oh man.
No.
And it is...
I feel like we're coming up to the...
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna
and it is that time.
happen.
There was also some tension
I was just gonna
last
say,
time with Lulu and everyone.
Yes, his minions.
Abby's
She's
either ready
like-
to fight or ready to run. I'm not
Yeah,
really sure.
she's like vibrating.
Gracious.
over there.
I mean, she's been waiting for this moment. Like, this
All
is the
week.
day that her
It's
character
the
has been.
day.
It is the day. The campaign is about this day. So
I mean,
get ready.
Abby's been CSI Braunfels for the last week.
You should.
No,
Legit.
I think
Did
it's
you post it in Discord?
Oh my goodness,
yes, I did. I'll post it in Discord again though, so all of you
Yeah.
can see the
You guys should
ridiculousness.
see her
Yeah,
wall.
if you guys should join
You guys
the
need to
Discord
see her wall.
so you can
Great
see
CSI
what
yeah,
this
you're
Braunfels.
gonna
campaign
post.
has
That's where
done.
I'm currently coming in.
She has
It's-
made a map of every awful thing.
Oh my god!
That-
And there's arrows going
Hot.
everywhere.
It's
Yeah,
very,
it's-
but I'm
Well,
like,
because everything's connected. Everything's
Everything-
connected. That's why the arrows are there.
She's a police officer in another reality.
Pretty much.
We literally
Pretty
need to
much.
become like a D&D detective agency as a group.
this is so cool. I'm so proud.
I'm going to compliment you, you know.
We started off as rainbow guards, so I mean, it's kind of fitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. You were. That's right. You were hired to sort of like.
We were
act
hired
as-
as temporary guards people for the
Mhm.
town.
Pretty much.
So it also-
because they were a little lacking. They needed some help, more help than
Little
they
bit.
realized. That's where we start. You guys are awoken by basically the noise of the city. The Underscale Square, even as one of the districts or squares of this town that isn't very popular, is still ripe with activity. And not only that, there is a sort of activity in the other room where you guys are not in, but you have slept inside the cold melon, and that is where you are currently. You would notice that Blair is moving to and fro, trying to get things arranged. Pickery still dozing. This little kobold just like curled up in the corner.
He had a long night.
Yeah, he had a big night. He's a big boy.
Oh.
But the rest
Yeah,
of you
it's the real
are
Pickery,
waking
too.
up.
So we actually met Pickery, the real Pickery, at some point. during
This
our
appears to be
adventures.
the real Pickery, yes.
Appears.
Yeah, I knew that part, but I wasn't quite sure if we ever actually met Pickery or if it was the slab the whole time.
I think he confirmed that
Well, I know.
that
Go
the
ahead.
switcheroo happened when he, Vincent the Warg, and Luella went after the invisible person
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
Yeah,
down there.
because we met Kage with Pickery. So
Yeah, that's true. You guys did
Yeah.
meet him with Kajimori.
I don't think he would have, unless Kage, didn't know at the time. But I really don't believe that, honestly. So I mean, I think we met the real Pickery when we met Kajimori. So
So this switch did happen when they went off.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she came back charmed, and
yeah, that's when that happened.
we
They
lost
got
Pikri
ambushed.
for
Lulu
a while.
was charmed and
It's
Pikri
true.
was missing at that point.
So he's still my little buddy. That's pretty much what I wanted to know.
Oh yes,
Ow.
he still looks
Ow.
up to you. But you have a competitor.
But no, that's fine. I'm totally stoked that Kajimori is kind of also a mentor.
Oh no, not Kajimori. We're talking about Alaire.
Oh,
We're talking about the hip swinging
Ooh.
dancer.
Yeah, there's no competition there.
no competition
Oh,
there.
I don't know about that. I think
Alaire
there's.
wins by
He's
default.
still a good
Yeah,
buddy.
there you go.
I need performance checks from all three of you.
Oh,
Oh, I got this.
No.
Hmm.
Do I need a performance check?
I mean, do you want it to be Pikri's best friend?
I mean, Miyako's kind of indifferent about everything, so probably not.
I'm totally comfortable just being in the mentor role.
Gotcha.
I mean, she's just there.
I'm happy just being
to stop all the
supportive.
stuff. Yeah, I'm just here to, Miyako's just there just to,
Mhm.
basically kick some butt and make sure that nobody, dies.
Mhm. So as
That's
you're all
basically her
waking
main
up
thing.
and getting ready for what is to come, what do you discuss? What do you decide is today's action?
Well, I think we need to figure out what is our main priority. What takes priority over everything else, I feel like.
Lulu walks out of her room and she has bags under her eyes and she seems to be vibrating a little bit. She's like, "Oh, you guys, we need to figure out a plan. Come with me." She leads
Oh,
you
God.
into his
Miyako,
room.
Miyako rolls her eyes and she goes, "Oh God, here we go again." But she'll follow.
Comes to this room, the whole wall, as in real life, is just covered in different notes and different things
Miyako-
that may be connected or may not be connected.
Miyako's eyes go wide and she goes, "What the hell have you been doing?"
Did you manage to get any sleep last night?
I think I got like 2 hours. Okay, so we need to find out where we're going next. So
Well, I don't know how we're going to be able to in this mess.
I walk over to the wall or where she's put up all of this stuff, and I'm just like literally hand on chin, just like looking at all and soaking it all in. Like, wow, she's
It is.
tenacious.
This is a work of art in and of itself.
Yeah, I'm just like standing there,
Cage does
just
the same, and he's like,
soaking it all in and being fully impressed.
I am a bounty hunter, and I've never seen anything like this.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything like this either.
I look over at Cage and just kind of meet his eyes for a second, like, wow.
I just not.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of shaking my head, but I'm not. Miyako's not really saying anything. She's just kind of shaking her head, like she can't really fathom this. Basically, is her reaction.
This is all of the things. You know how we've got so many things to do? This is all of the things.
And it
So-
all leads
So
somewhere here.
Yes.
Yes.
we need to
Kinda
figure
point
out
toward the
what takes top priority.
What takes top priority is figuring out and stopping who's creating these Slad and Braunfeld. But I feel like all of this is connected, as you can see. I think we have two options right now. We can go and we can confront the Rakshasa, who I am pretty sure is either the Count or somewhere in the Count's home. We can go to the Weird Clinic, where we know that something is definitely up with Weirdra, or we could go and we can find the tattoo lady, and we can figure out what the Crimson went with her and what your master, the mage, wants with her. For me, that's the three major things
She
that
has
we
to
can
be
do.
very important if everyone is looking out for her.
Well, she has to have some kind of power that they need, something that I'm assuming comes with her tattoos or something that Renbu taught her.
Here's my thing. I think we're just hiding something, and I think it's something big. Because not only would she not have given her that potion to get rid of us, but she has all those people in there. And you think about it, she's probably housing some kind of incubation thing for them. I didn't really notice like exactly how those people were hurt, but I have a really bad feeling that they were close to becoming SLAD incubators. And I think that she knows something about that we don't, and I think that we need to take care of that first before the infestation becomes even worse.
I think we also have to keep in mind that inside the Weird Clinic, we also found the green SLAD who was pretending to be Pickery. Now, there's two options. Either she really thought it was Pickery and she was trying to keep him hidden and stunned, or she knew that it was actually a green SLAD and was keeping him down in the basement.
I think it's the latter, because the former doesn't make sense. I mean, she wouldn't have given us those potions to try and get rid of us, if she wanted to.
She was trying
help.
to.
But you also have to remember that both
Unless her healing stock was tainted somehow.
that and then Rendent and the Count are both getting sedatives from her. We don't know where that's going yet, but we also know that the Count and Rendent have some connection to the Rakshasa.
When we were there and we brought up the Count and the addiction to the substance, she looked extremely alarmed. Like she knew something more than she was letting on, but she didn't elaborate.
Yeah,
so
and not
I
only
definitely
that,
feel
but
like there's something there.
Yeah, she kept she kept saying she was very busy, which also, was a red flag too.
May I pose a plan of action?
Yes, please.
I say we find this tattooed woman. And immediately, once we do, explain things. Trying to convince her to come with us. We try to protect her. Maybe she may help. And then we go to Weedrus.
What if she doesn't?
I think at this point she's got to help. I am missing, and she starts shaking a little bit. Lulu starts shaking. I'm missing the contest because of this. She's gonna help.
I think that she's, because of her place in this, I feel like maybe all of these things aren't unrelated. We know that these Sladi and the Rakshasa are working with a powerful wizard, and then all of a sudden my former master shows up in town looking for the same tattooed person that they're looking for. I mean, I don't feel like this is just a coincidence.
I gesture towards the chart. The arrows! The arrows!
I feel like my former master has been involved in this the whole time and is more involved than Scout was letting on. I don't feel like she was entirely truthful with us. We asked her to find Pickery and she took us to the green Sladi, not Pickery. If it was magic that she was using, the magic would have shown her Pickery inside of a pillow underneath a half-naked man's butt.
Ew.
So, sorry, I forgot my daughter.
I mean,
It's okay.
he was in a pillow, so
Yeah. He would,
Oh,
yeah. There was barriers. there were
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
chastise your father.
Anyway,
Earmuffs, Maya.
Speaking of
Don't make me
those two, they come in and Alaire is just appalled. He's like, "What have you done to this? Oh my gosh, what have you done to my room?"
I'm missing the contest because of this. I need answers. This is the only thing I could do.
I use this.
Don't you start giving me sass.
I back away from the halfling.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah. And Maddox definitely just like, oh, well, this is interesting over here.
what's
Alright.
this over here? I'm gonna go ahead and excuse myself.
Okay, just make sure it's gone before you head out. I guess. And Peeker says, "Do you all need more help? I can help. I have magic brimming from my fingertips."
We might need all the help we can get, Pickery.
Okay, you're gonna get my stuff. And he runs out and he gets his little cardboard wings and other stuff.
I look at Alaire.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna.
I was just gonna say, going back to what we were just talking about, I think the tattooed woman is definitely a big key in finding out the whole picture. You know.
Mhm.
We should definitely
Yeah,
find her
tattoo lady.
as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I'm sure your contact probably has some information on her.
All right.
What?
Up. What did
So
you
I
want to
didn't
ask
hear-
Blair?
No, I just didn't hear Yami.
Oh,
But the last thing that she
Miyako's
said-
gonna turn to Indigo and she's gonna say, well, maybe your contact has more information about this tattooed lady.
Maybe. I feel like the best way to get information from her is to see her face to face. I'm not playing games
his
anymore.
His
She-
contact will know.
She's a Goliath with
Where's she
tattoos. She would stand out in a crowd. You
True.
get the sense.
Yeah.
I feel if you all reach out to your contacts, we should be able to find her quite easily in the city.
Well, we already know. What did you say, Maddox? That she was hanging around with some of the kids in the Moss district or the Moss Square?
Roaming Moss Square, yes.
The roaming Moss
Yeah.
Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're watching. I think they're watching the art house now, trying to keep an eye on the
because
tattoo.
that's what you told him to do, right?
Good.
It's true.
Then we know where to start looking.
I wonder if even after we get a hold of her, I wonder if they'll be going after the other apprentices. Okay, no, it doesn't matter right now. We need to go to the
Yeah,
Goliath
our
first.
The tattoo.
But right now,
lady-
she is our
lady's
top priority.
Yeah.
Yes.
The tattoo lady is our first priority. We need to go.
Okay.
If we can save anyone else along the way, then we'll try.
See, we're just trying.
Alaire shrugs at all this and says, well, I've got money to make, so...
Yeah, I did have money to make earlier before I got involved. No, it's all good.
Look, Lulu, we're trying to help save this festival as much as possible.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can work here after. You rocked it last night.
Oh no, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not sure how long this is gonna take. A little extra coin would be nice.
I mean, I get the tips, so...
Hey, no.
I would just have to pay a flat rate, that's all I'm saying.
Look, you guys
Oh.
can work this out later. Right now, we need to figure out where this tattoo lady is.
We'll talk about this later.
He sort of just shrugs and leaves, but not before, like, scratching Pikri's chin just for a moment, says, take care, alright? And, like,
I don't know how to do that.
like Pikri just like goes limp. He's like, oh. And then he leaves, and Pikri puts his hands on his head and says, "All right, where do we find this woman?"
As we heard, roaming Moss Square, and I pointed little card that Lulu has put up on the wall.
Okay,
I guess that's where we're headed next.
okay. And from there, you guys will head to the Roaming Moss Square. Stepping outside, you can see that it is a wonderful sunny day. Blue sky, white clouds, revelry in the air. The other squares are probably having several events, and you get the idea that although you're far flung from the mainstays of the festival's revelry, it'll eventually bleed over into the other squares in time. You begin moving from the Underscale Square, which is dedicated to the kobolds who live beneath the city. Hopefully, one day might have moved up, but unfortunately not. You move into the Roaming Moss Square, which is, as you have learned, based around this gigantic stretching tree that just rises up into the sky and seems to collect moss and just let the wind carry it and push it into the far-flung corners of the streets of the Roaming Moss Square. This moss is everywhere. And you start moving about, I suppose looking for anyone that stands out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, go ahead and give me a perception check. All of you.
gonna.
Oh, wait, why did I? Oh, I wrote that with advantage. Hold on, I'm gonna try that again.
Solo, I like that natural one.
Well, I mean, the 9 isn't that good anyway either. So.
Okay, so
I mean,
what I think we'll be doing is Lulu and Kajemore, you two are going to be sort of the sharp eyes. For Maddox and Miyako, you two are sort of like maybe just a bit distracted. There's a lot of people in the roaming Moss Square. This is the square that struggles for the most part to stay relevant, and as such it has fallen into the clutches of various gangs over time. But now that there's only one gang sort of like running this square, it's able to sort of pile together its resources to sort of draw in the coin that the travelers bring. You see several people on the streets. Unfortunately, lots of them are poor beggars, but even more are foreigners. They're exploring. They're examining the architecture that the roaming Moss Square possesses, and at one point it might have been quite luxurious, this courtyard that's based around this big, wonderful tree. But unfortunately, it has fallen into disrepair, clearly neglected by the town of Braunfels. You are just sort of more making sure that nobody's trying to sneak up on you or trying to push out the sounds of laughter, of incessant chatter, and several whirring blasts of various instruments that are being played by various bards nearby. But for Kajemori and Lulu, you two are going to see past all this. And as you're sort of wandering the roaming Moss Square, sort of peeking between the alleyways and kicking the moss out of your way as you go down the street, you do see a few things. One, you see bands of perhaps 4 or 5 individuals at times, rough-looking, also just wandering as you are. But you do also see that at one point there's several children running along wildly, excitedly. These are local street gangs, as you have realized. And you see in the distance where they're congregating, and it's actually at that tree. And you've been circling this tree for a long time, and it's not until now that you finally do look up into the tree. And you see, sitting in the boughs and branches, covered in moss, like some sort of makeshift blanket and mattress, this immense, bulky figure with white skin, muscles that could crush you, and covered in colorful ink.
Is it freezing?
Am I freezing? I don't think I am. The stream might have froze,
I
but that's
heard-
okay.
Now, you're back now.
I heard figure in white with white skin.
White skin, muscles that could crush you, colored lines along that same marble skin, is a figure draped in the moss, completely covered, and just sort of like in the top boughs of the tree, just laying there.
Oh, that was easy. And I kind of look over at Lulu.
Thank goodness, one thing to go easy today. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look around to see if anybody kind of I know is paying any attention to me, and I'm gonna try to climb up the tree without causing much attention, or without anybody trying to see me. I'm short, so I might be able to blend in with some of the children.
At this point, do Indigo and I see the lady?
Once they point it out to you, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is she?
Woman in the tree!
She's in a tree.
Ah!
It's kind of
She's
point
in-
up.
So
Why is she in the tree?
She's smart. Maybe that's how she's gone undetected all this time.
She's trying to stay out of sight. Like, what?
So
Or maybe she wanted.
Oh, and by the way, this is the same courtyard where the Slatty ended up. It is not there anymore.
Oh, of course.
Neither is that bloodstain.
oh, the slidey from last night, or the
The
Slat-
that you killed, the red one that
Okay.
confronted
Oh,
you. in
the red one?
sewers. Yeah, this is the same courtyard.
So they've cleaned it up.
The janitors around here are amazing.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Do I have to roll a stealth check or something to climb up
Yeah,
the tree?
if you don't want to look weird as you're climbing this tree, I mean,
I
you go ahead.
don't know.
Who's
I
climbing
kind of
on the
wanted to
tree?
climb up too, but I don't think I will. I'll just stay at the base of the tree. Holy crap! Wow, even with disadvantage and disadvantage, she did both.
There's
Stealthy.
just a lot going on. It's nobody's really paying attention. They give the tree a passing glance. It's pretty impressive, but at the end of the day, it's just a big
Big tree.
tree. There's other things they can do, like get drunk or get breakfast or something like that, or go listen to one of the bards or one of the theater troops that are performing. So you are easily able to find a few pieces of bark that you could just boop, 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 buy. And as you clamber up, she is in the higher reaches of the tree. You don't want to look down, but as you get higher and higher, you can hear her snoring.
Okay. I can't believe I'm climbing a tree. Okay. I get up next to her and I'm gonna very tentatively, hello.
Oh my god! You make her fall out of the tree.
No response.
Hello, lady.
Do you poke her?
Yes.
Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, she's gonna smack the crap out of you if you fail.
6.
Oh,
Okay. I need.
Is this the tattoo lady?
This is the tattoo lady. You touch her skin, just to sort of like ramble her awake,
oh no!
and
Such a bad idea.
the instant you do, you
I would
see.
use a stick.
And by the way, like the skin is like covering immense, powerful muscles underneath.
Yeah.
She's decked out.
Mhm.
But the instant your finger just goes, whoop, wake up!
Oh no!
You feel your body tense, and you go still, and you start to lose the ability to move, including your grip on the branch that was steadying you. You start to fall.
Can I catch her if she falls?
And as this happens, you all see her begin to like sort of like.
Can I catch her if she falls?
You can get yourself ready, but
Oh, I am totally.
yeah, but an instant later, as you start to feel this horror, as you realize I can't move,
Yeah.
this is bad, I'm falling. The arm that you touched sort of twitches, and the moss just sort of falls away from this woman's face as she looks around with these very wide, serious eyes. And as that branch you're holding onto cracks, she just extends a hand, and you see that the tattoos that are even on her fingers, like riddled with them, several of them sort of like lift off of her skin, and they curl down like a whip and just grab your arm, your stiff arm, and just you feel it hold you in place.
Do we
So-
see all of this happening?
Yes, you do. And as this happens, you could still see your finger where you poked. It looks like it's covered in like a dark, writhing ink,
Mhm.
that is just coalescing around the skin there. And it's the only piece of your body that you can actually feel, and it is stinging harshly. But the lines of color that are sort of like lanced around your arm, they don't hurt, but you do feel the pressure there. And the moss that she was like just covered in drops to the ground in clumps as this giant woman begins to descend.
Oh boy.
And she jumps off with you in tow after she reels you in. And lands.
I still can't move.
And yeah, you still can't move. And lands with this heavy thud that you feel the ground it's a tremble when she lands. She is not dressed in a whole lot. She wears a sleeveless tunic that is probably not for Goliath, but she's making do. And you also notice that she is wearing these leggings as well, but she is not wearing any shoes.
Does she have more armor than I do?
She does, actually, yes.
She's not rocking the armor bikini.
No, it's not in style where she's from.
God.
Not in style anywhere where somebody actually wants to protect themselves.
Right.
Well, Miyako, you know.
Fantasy.
And
Right?
she, you could see her face is one of stone. It is, well, not literal stone, but just, it looks as though if you took a hammer and just whacked her jaw, it wouldn't move an inch. Very hard features, thick bones, very high cheekbones, surprisingly, and completely bald as well. But every inch of her is, in some fashion, covered in this sharp, colorful, and wonderfully artfully designed tattoos. And then she sort of puts you down, Lulu, looks to all of you, and looks up and says, "Is this yours?"
Still can't move.
That is a friend of mine. Please put her down. We just came here to warn you.
We just want to.
There are many people looking for you.
We don't want to hurt you in any way. Please just let
Mean you no harm.
She nods, and then gives this weird glance to the kobold who's wearing wings constructed of cardboard. And he just waves. He's a little terrified right now. And then she sort of like grabs your finger, Lulu, and it's, for a moment, it's almost as though she pulls her finger off. But then you realize, like, there's this mass that was covering her finger, and she pulls it off, and it was like a coil of snakes for a moment of color, and then they just like dripped. They just lost that consistency and became just liquid in her palm. She just wipes it off. And you can move again.
Nice trick there. Renbu teach you that?
She cocks her head to the side, and she says, "What do you know, Renbu?"
Taught me a couple of things too. I think people are trying to find you, probably not for a good thing. Oh, okay. You guys can explain.
We think that someone may be out to try and kill you, or use you for a more horrifying purpose, if there is such a thing.
Probably try to control your mind in some way, and make you into some kind of a weapon.
Maybe take control of you and cool tricks that you just did, but for a more sinister purpose.
I'm just studying her this whole time. I'm not saying anything yet.
She nods. Says,
There are slutty within the city.
Now
taking
it's
over.
just an escalation of, okay, like you're starting to realize what information she does and doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
She was mildly surprised at the bit where she was being followed around. she was not really surprised at the Renbu bit. Her stone face was just like, okay.
Mhm.
And then at the Slotty mention,
Slotty!
she sort of gave you a slow nod of acknowledgement.
It took us a bit to try to find you first. There are others looking for you. His former master, one of them. The Slotty's others.
And from what we've learned, it doesn't look good.
They're having trouble finding you. But we are good on the streets. Where it counts.
I see.
We wanted to find you first. And warn you.
We can offer you protection if you're willing to help us as well.
I do.
I don't think this one needs any protection. She looks like she can handle her own.
Everyone needs protection from Anatar.
And we're stronger in numbers.
You realize she is. You're not the. Like, she's clearly assessing you guys. And.
Does she react when I say Anatar's name at all?
It doesn't seem so. She doesn't seem to recognize it. But she is sort of realizing that there is a lot more going on than what she expected. So she says, I know that I have been followed. And I know that Rembu is in the city. And I know that there's Slotty. But I did not know about this wizard.
Renbu's in the city.
Also,
This is
You
why.
seek your power.
This is why I've come to this town.
there's also another aligned with them. One that I hunt. A Raksasha.
One that I also would like to know.
She swivels towards you and says, "Where's this chest?"
We're trying to pinpoint its location. They are difficult to find.
I'm pretty sure he's in the Count's.
They like to
house.
disguise themselves as
May well be the Count.
citizens.
At this point.
Or
It's a
Rendent.
shapeshifter. Could be
Possible.
anyone.
Like I said, they are difficult to find.
Very
What is
powerful.
your place here? We've all come here escaping something or searching for something. This is not the refuge that we were looking for.
This town is full of lies and slander.
We've noticed.
It attracts those creatures who follow such ways. Rembu is one of
Unfortunately.
those. I came here seeking him, knowing the festival would likely draw his interest. Had I won, I would have more success in bringing him out.
Your presence has drawn the interest of some terrible creatures, some evil powers.
Maybe just not her presence, though. I'm not sure if you were aware. It's not just you and I who are here who studied under Renbu. There are,
He has more apprentices.
yes, surprisingly.
I kind of glance over at Lulu and arch one of my eyebrows, but I don't say anything.
I don't either.
She nods and says, I do not know any of you. Who are you?
That's the same thing with me.
I
My
hold
name-
my hand out. Oh,
I go, my name is Cage.
Hmm.
I am a bounty
Yeah.
hunter.
My name is Bianca.
She turns to the cat.
Maddox bow. I just kind of nod a little bit.
She looks down at you, Lulu.
my name's Luella. I'm a bard.
She looks at your hand. Do you really want to shake my hand after what just happened?
I just.
I put my hand back up. Good point. Good point.
I actually
put my
laugh
hand
out
on
loud.
Lulu's shoulder. Like,
Uh,
happy.
Don't worry, little one will not toss you this time.
I told you, no more tossing the halfling.
You
Look at
might
everybody.
have been able to baseball her out of the tree with the half.
I'm just saying it worked the time we tossed the halfling.
Yes, it did.
No
Yes, it
more
did.
tossing the halfling.
It works
She-
so
It's
well.
a solid strategy in times of dire emergency.
Just have a halfling come flying at your face. Nobody
Just ready. You
expects
just
it.
have one in your backpack. You just fish it
Yeah.
out and throw it at
Yeah,
something.
nobody expects it. That's the thing.
It's a ranged attack, right?
This is what I have to deal with. This is.
So
is
wait,
the
I have a
survival
question. If
myself
someone's
with.
laying on the ground and they're prone and you throw a halfling at them, do you get disadvantage?
She stands a little taller somehow and says, "I am of the skin paint of the herd of Doomlaka."
Did you put that in chat?
You guys have heard this name
Mhm.
once or twice.
Oh my gosh, I had her name.
Oh,
like
wrong
that.
one.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
That's the link to the three.
It's like OTH.
Yeah, it's like
Something,
some weird
something.
spelling.
Othal,
Othal,
Hold on, I
yeah.
got it.
skin painter.
Scrivener is not being friendly.
Skin.
Yes,
Yes, there we go.
Mhm.
Now we have it.
Doomlega.
Of the herd Doomlega.
Othal, it's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard a couple of things about you. However, I would appreciate it if we could find somewhere to speak and perhaps we could exchange information. I'm very keen to know what exactly is going on here.
We will speak here.
I look around.
There are a lot of ears and eyes out here that could be aiding Slatty. I advise that we go somewhere more secluded.
It is because there are eyes and ears that they do not attack me.
Oh, good point. Okay,
The boughs of this tree safe. The moss hides my presence.
But it doesn't.
That's why she
hurt
was not
us.
able to find you.
No, whoever it was, I could feel them.
But it doesn't hurt us.
Sorry?
Miyako kind of looks around. She goes, "But does it hide us?"
Possibly not.
probably not.
This tree is
Oh.
ancient. It has power even though it is long deceased.
I mean, I'll go up in the tree if you promise not to do the weird thing where I
We
fall
need,
again. That was not.
we need not be in the tree. The square enough is enough to conceal me.
Okay.
Very well. I guess we should start.
Explaining who's following you.
Medix is actually fighting the urge to climb the tree for absolutely no reason.
Miyako kind of wants to. Okay. Miyako kind of wants to climb the tree too, but she's not going.
Every
to.
once in a while,
Like-
cat mode comes out, and I'm just like, what do I do?
Like, no, bad kitty, stop it.
Get his harness!
We're gonna need a squirtable water skin.
No, bad kitty.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to put a collar on me.
Bad.
Create water.
Water in them.
Best spell.
Alright.
What do you want to ask her?
So, as far as we know, there are two organizations that are trying to find you, and I'm sure they're connected somehow. I'm not sure if you've heard of the gang here called the Crimson. For some reason, they are looking for you, and then also there is a mage who what was his name, Maddox?
The dark power.
So that yes. And that dude who is also looking after you, who has a green slad that I believe he has the stone gem of, but he doesn't leave the tower, oddly enough. I don't know why.
I believe that. I don't know if I believe anything Scout told us.
I mean, it would be nice if they didn't leave the tower, that means that the green slad that we killed last night might have been. Anyway, so those are the two things that are hunting you. And again, I am not sure what for. Why would they be hunting you specifically? Do you know?
Anatar desires her magic.
Well, there's
some
something
rare
he,
kind of magic they explained, right?
A lot of
he wants to
people
use
have
her as a weapon, as he did with me.
Let's see, there's many kinds of magic. This is not the only person that Bamboo has taught. Why specifically you, and why these two organizations is my... I don't know if you would have an answer to this. I admit that your power is very strong and it could be useful. However, I know somebody who can navigate the limbo and change limbo itself, and there are many powers besides your skin painting.
Then how do you know they are not hunting them as well?
Oh, fuck.
Perhaps I am merely a harder fish to catch.
Well then,
I believe that to be true.
as long as they're not hunting me, I don't
How do
really
you
have
know
anything
they
to
are
change
not
in
hunting
limbo. What?
I do not know why the Crimson seeks you. I believe Anatar is after you because of this new magic, because of your powers. His aims are simple. He wants to own and possess anything that is new, any kind of magic that he is not familiar with or that he can turn into a weapon. It is not a mystery for me what his intentions are with you.
He is seeking me, yes. Has he left his tower?
He is in town now. He could come around that corner. His agents are here searching for you now.
Before that,
But he
they
walks
asked-
the streets, yes.
They asked us for you. Do you not see the tower? I gestured towards
oh yeah,
big
the tower
tower.
is visible everywhere you go.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
the tower has to be.
This is Anatar's power.
He has a parking permit, I'm sure.
Yeah, he doesn't need one. Suddenly
Yeah, he
eminent-
could just float in there.
You discover that she gives you this information. She says, "I have noticed I've been followed since I arrived, before that tower showed up. If he is another player, he may be independent. If my reputation precedes me, then at the very least, we can hope they are not connected. They're merely two entities. Not
That
yet
is the
aligned.
best case scenario.
I have to live with the best case."
I'm sorry to admit that I don't believe there are two scenarios. I believe the green slatty who's making this slatty infestation is also working with a mage who I believe might be...
The Dark Power.
Could be it.
Along with working with Raksasha that I hunt.
Yeah, we believe the Rakshasa has some sort of part in this as well, although we're not entirely sure. But
The Rakshasa is being paid, I believe, is hired to bring Bronfeld to its knees with the assurance that after the Slatty are done with Bronfelds, or whatever they have to do here, that this Rakshasa gains power in the city.
Unfortunately, we don't have any proof of it, but there's speculation.
I believe somebody told us that. I could be wrong, though. I have been thinking maybe too hard on this.
Maybe possible now is the time to begin kicking down those doors. If we want
believe
answers.
there's- And
I agree.
do you know why the Crimson would be chasing you? This is the question I feel that needs to be asked and answered.
Ago, we are here to help you, to help this city, and to try to stop a widespread infestation. We need your help. Very simple, very plain. If you wish to not be hunted anymore, I suggest helping us get to the bottom of this.
Make a
I reach
persuasion.
into-
Kachimori.
I reach into my backpack and I pull out Nara's horn.
Okay. What do you do with it?
And I just kind of hold it out in my hand and show it to her, and I say, this is our key to meet with the Crimson. We can meet with the person behind this. We can meet with the man that is, or creature, being that is hunting you. This is the key.
If that is so, she looks over to Kachimori, then that is our time to strike.
Agreed.
Then we should head for the Crimson.
Well, I believe the Crimson has more to do with the Rakshasa than the Crimson has to do with the Green Slatty. We know that at one time, I believe at least the Crimson has disguised himself as, or the Rakshasa disguised himself as the Crimson, as well as the Count. If we're going to take care of the Rakshasa situation first, I
If he's
believe...
looking,
We
You
already
take-
know they're working together. The Slatty and the Rakshasa are working together, and they're working for someone that's
if the
above them.
Rakshasa is going to take any position of power, it would be one of the highest in which he could replace.
If
The Count.
So the Crimson would be.
No,
The Count.
the Count
Or
is
Rendet?
useless. The Count is a coward. The Rakshasa would not disguise itself as a coward.
Unless he wants the princess, who is here.
Or the
Or the
Queen?
The Queen.
Is-
Yeah, the Queen's here, dude.
Oh!
The Queen's
He
here.
may want her.
Shit!
He
If he takes
he
over that.
he turns his head back towards you, Cage, and she says, "You have to understand, this was a long haul. If the Rakshasa is putting efforts here,
Mhm.
then it would not immediately take the highest position. That would take time to earn. At the very least, what is happening with the Snuddy might be that opportunity he needs."
I agree.
You merely need to follow where the evil is stemming from. And that evil in
Just
Braunfels is the judge. Is these gangs. It's the indifference of the Count.
The judge this year is Rendent.
Rendent is the court artist. He won
Okay, so
last
he's-
year's
Yeah.
Festival of
No,
Colors.
I don't think we know who the judge is.
Wait,
Yeah,
we don't
haven't
know?
heard about it before. We haven't heard about any judges before.
Yeah.
You did once.
We did.
Was it the highbrow, stupid guy at the art gallery who was all like,
Oh.
That
The
that
rich guy?
was his brother.
that was his brother.
Yes.
So he.
Oh,
okay.
man.
And the red slad did tell you, Cage, while you thought it was charmed about the judge.
That's right.
But was he?
He also told us that we've already met the Rakshasa.
Yes.
Yeah, but we don't know if that was true or not.
You don't?
Because
Well,
remember?
I don't know. I think Sakroyan told a lot of truths.
See, I don't know.
I think so. Because the only thing he was doing was trying to get the information to us because he didn't want to be doing whatever he was doing. That was whoever had his gem thingy majigger.
No.
You guys never checked to see if he had his gem or not. Did you?
No, they didn't. Because at the end he was like Renbu, who I thought that's who I think was his actual master, which is interesting as well.
Vincent was about to, but all of the noise from the square and everything was starting to draw people, and he changed his mind and came down into the
Yeah,
source.
that's right.
It's true.
Yeah.
But he did say that he was about to check, but then circumstances made it so that he kind of ran away instead. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was getting messy.
She looks
Well,
up.
yeah, when villagers are sitting there screaming about monsters and
Oh!
pointing at
And you're all covered in blood.
Yeah.
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 It was time
It was
to
not good. It
Let's
was
put a
not
pin
It
in
good.
never looks good when the tiefling is at the scene of the crime.
Right? That's why, that's why she got out. Like,
Right.
2.
Yako's not about to be there.
Mhm.
Catman and 2 demonic people. Who's the bad guy?
Right?
I don't know.
Right?
All of
And a
them.
dead monster on the floor. About that.
Just let Lulu play her little lute for a little while, and everything will be fine.
Yeah,
Right.
Nothing to see here.
Right?
All
Pay
right.
attention to the halfling bard. Pay no attention
Well,
to the tieflings behind the slatty.
There's no wizard here.
There's also no baby cat over here.
Oh, that was adorable.
From the other side of the room.
Yeah. All right. So you guys have talked to Lethal. What else do you want to ask her or implore her to do?
Have you ever heard the name Voltsoff?
No.
Okay,
I have
never
not
mind.
met- I have not met this slutty. She knows it's a slutty name though.
How do you...
What about another one named Sorel?
Her eyes widen a bit, and she says, "What is Sorrel doing here? Is she here?
He's not here. I
Yeah.
hope she's not here.
Is she here?"
I turned to Kajimori like, is she?
I
don't
heard
think
the
she's here.
name.
Do you know what this slutty is capable of?
We know he's a horrible protege. I believe of a Sled Lord of Anarchy. A death sled.
That is what she hopes to be. Sorrel,
What do you know of this, Sorel?
she is a monster. Almost as cruel as her master, Yurgorl. Among the slutty whose forms are permanently formed in this toad shape, she is certainly the most chaotic. In that plane of limbo, chaos is an ever-changing cruelty. She's adapted well to it. But she has yet to become a Slad Lord. That requires something else. I never learned what. But the title. The title will come.
Could the infestation have something to do with this transition into power?
If she's here, I fear that is their aim.
If she is here, and at this, Lulu kind of shrinks up into herself. She's very visibly scared at the thought of this. Do you think Yugoro is involved in this at all?
If he is, it's only from the safety of the spawning stone. He would not leave that wretched place. Especially not in the hands of the insane Sendan.
Maybe what she needs to ascend is this amount of spawning.
It's not
Something
just that amount of
this
spawning.
magnitude.
You have to understand what it is. What it is that she's doing. If this is what is happening. And she looks over to
Are
Lulu.
they collecting souls? I mean, what is...
She shakes her head very solemnly. And she looks to you, Lulu, and she says, "Anarchy. That idea. The changing of the rules. Limbo is full of it. Rembu adored it. This is his place of power. At least on this plane. In one form or another, I suspect he might have cultivated the festival. encouraged it. Like a little pet project. If she is to interrupt it with such vile spawning, take this part of the plane, the material plane for the Slotty. Over time, it could grow into something permanent.
That's what we're trying to stop.
I don't know if you can. Sorel is a death Slotty. She's
We're up
above.
against Sorel. Yeah.
Not only that, she is one of the most powerful.
I mean, we may not have to stop them directly.
She looks at you curiously, uncertain of what you mean.
Much like this Rakshasa, I'm unable to affect it directly. With they're very, very resistant to magic. I would, with all my gifts, I would do nothing. However, I can destabilize their money, their supplies, expose their identities. This are things I can do.
What exactly would that do for the reception?
One of the first priorities I believe we should do, we need to warn the Queen. Somehow. She is in danger, and she is obviously possibly quite a big target in their plans.
You can imagine the Slad Lord of Anarchy would want to aim high.
My question is, how do we get her to believe us?
Can you say that again?
She kind of looks and she goes, my question is, how do we get her to believe us?
I'm sure it would be difficult to gain an audience to a queen, but it may not be difficult to gain her attention. Lulu is a magnificent player.
Jennifer,
Maybe her music
Halloween.
could catch her ear
I mean,
at the right time.
I'd be up for it. And then I turn to Othal. If Renbu is behind this festival in a way, which makes sense, would it not also make sense that somebody, Sorel, trying to interrupt the festival would be an offense to him, like a personal slap against his artistic dominance, as you know, he holds in so high regard.
He is a capricious being.
If we do need help from an outside source, and if Renbu is in the festival, as much as I hate to admit it, that could be used in our favor.
Very much so. Especially if there are more Slotty from what I've heard from you.
Oh yes.
There is a lot more. And they're looking to make more green.
She nods.
They have been looking. One goes by the name of the Collector. Scours the sewers looking for the green. Many reds. No greens.
The reds. When the eggs hatch, that's how they start. Pink. Just to show you where they came from, and then they will develop over time into blues. But the greens, however, are green from the start. That's how you know.
Mhm.
Yes, they mentioned I would make a great green one.
You would.
Will you? She says, curiously. You've been fighting these Slotty.
I have.
Have they struck you?
I believe I have resisted the burning sensations.
I see. If that is the case, we should find Rembu. He can dispel it, if it comes to that.
And Miyako's gonna gesture to Indigo. While she says this, she goes, "We also have been struck, not recently, but we thought we were cured by what was an ally, but now we're not so sure. We thought we were cured, but now we don't know."
We've been struck by both reds and blues.
She nods and says, if you were struck by the blues, you would know. The reds, though, deceptive, lying in wait.
The reds never touched my skin.
I don't remember if I got hit by blue or red.
You guys did
Blue
get.
is
You guys,
Miyako got hit by both.
yeah,
But
but
the blues lit me up.
But yeah, Weirdra did say that both Maddox and Miyako were infected and that she healed you.
Yeah, but we can't trust her now.
we can't.
So we don't know.
We don't know.
She says,
We may. I mean, as much as it would be great to find out about Weirdra, I believe she's just a small part of this.
But now
Renbu is where the power that we need to get through to him.
Saproian is also something we can use in our advantage. I don't know if you recognize the name. I believe he might have been a Slad under Renbu, and you know how rare that is, especially for Renbu. I believe he was taken by this collector.
I thought Sakroin was the red sled that we killed in the sewer.
Yeah.
you notice that she definitely recognizes the name and says, Sakroin was here?
Yes. I tried to save him, or I was
He was charged.
magicked to try to save him, but unfortunately I was too late. Somebody threw me against a wall.
What
For your own good.
happened to him? He was a protege of Rembu, one of the few Slat who could understand his artistic deviancies.
I stabbed him in his heart.
He tried to attack us, and so we killed him.
Everybody, we really should not mention that when we are in Renbu's presence. I beg, I implore you not to mention anything
So then-
about attacking Sakroin.
I definitely start growling at the mention of even being in Renbu's presence.
Yeah, but I turn to Lugo and I go, well then maybe you should do all the talking over there.
I can, I guess.
How do
I
we
know
know?
you have been. I just go over to her and I put my hand on her shoulder. I go, I know you've been dreading this moment, but it's coming full circle for you.
He's just so annoying. It's not that I'm dreading it. It's just.
How do we know Renbu's even here, or even a part of this?
Because
I
of
mean-
because of this. And she lifts her shirt to reveal her stomach. God, those abs. They're so oh my god. And you see that there
Cage's
is
eyes grow wide.
that there is a
Miyako
shifting.
looks over at the two men.
Yeah, you guys feel you're. Gosh, you can't compete.
It is a large and amazing woman right there.
She just starts flexing, just like, yeah, I got it. Oh yeah. People start pelting you with koi.
The brick.
It rains.
Ah!
House.
And she is revealing this symbol. Lulu, you would notice that this is a slotty symbol of ranking. And they are not used often in Slotty society because it's very difficult to hold on to your power because it's a very high power shift. They're constantly fighting over it,
Yeah.
and if you have one of these, it's because you have been able to stand your ground and remain at your rank.
At seeing this, her eyes kind of.
And she sort of gestures to it. It is constantly shifting colors, just like the rest of them, but this one seems to be at a very different pace. It's sort of like a slow, sensual movement that keeps this image of a smiling grin of a toad on it, but also this other symbol that you don't really understand on the toad's forehead. And she sort of smiles down at it, a little like, not heartwarming, but like in a nostalgic fashion, and says, "This is what connects me and him. It would not be like this unless he was close. It escalates my powers, my art."
So that's how you know. It's here.
She puts it back down, covering it, and says, "This is how I know." You didn't
You know how to
realize.
find him.
I sadly don't. I only know that he is in town. But he's
Is there-
disguised. He is having fits of fancy, I expect. He is partying.
Well, you don't know him best.
I
What would
start
be-
coughing.
I know
Biggest
I
event.
know his gallery and the other slutty who respected him the best. I did not know him quite personally. I did not know Limbo as well. I was mainly concerned with the gallery and the people. The slutty who made it their home.
Oh shit! I think I have an idea. You said that if he was here, which I assume she or he would have a amount of power and influence on the festival itself. Maybe has been here in past years because
Maybe a judge of competitions?
do you remember I believe we've met before. I think it might be Kaya.
Kaya?
I think so. If you think about it, Kaya. Wait, Oroporo?
Oh my god, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Oroporo!
Ooh!
Whoa!
It's
Exactly.
me!
One, it fits the personality.
Mhm.
Two, you have a lot of money, has a lot of influence in the festival. It seems like she's been coming to the festival for
Speaking
many
of
years.
a lot of money, Gibbs went ahead and donated $70
Wow.
to fill the bar.
and 4 hearts.
You are welcome.
Oh,
Her and I were talking about it.
Gibbs, can you alert me to
What?
how you want?
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Watch the stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
Yeah,
the
she
goal has been met. I am now going to have an XSplit lifetime license, which means the one shots are going to be forever now. That was something I was going to announce once we met that goal. Gibbs, we are always going to have a monthly one shot now because I have the lifetime license.
Yay!
Dude, you're freaking amazing.
Gibbs,
You are so awesome.
you
Gibbs!
have
This is why I love you.
warmed my heart so much, and
Gibbs, you are my
I need
forever
Maya
friend.
to be on every stream so she can be like, "Thank you for helping us." And just
We'll just do a little recording, so it'll be Maya's face whenever someone
Yes.
donates.
Hey,
Like,
can we make a command for Maya? Maya needs her own command.
I know, right? Ah, we do need a Maya command. That'd be so sweet. We'll have
Yes,
to figure
we
that
do.
out. But Gibbs, gosh darn it. Now I have to think of another fun, wonderful thing to improve the channel with. But you have made the channel better.
Yay!
Not only because of your donations, but because of you. You are a warm, wonderful, and precious individual.
We love you so much.
And now I need to cool down because, wow, gosh, I need more
Clothes are
coffee.
coming off now.
I'm not even
okay.
gonna lie.
boy.
It's not
We have
my
children.
channel.
Or
We have children.
Or- there's a child here. For
No, it's just
Four.
it's just this. Gosh, I'm not a lair all the time.
Calm down, for. You don't want to see those
You
cutoffs,
know, making it rain for.
No,
So
you don't
here's-
understand. Like, this is not my channel.
No.
I just got emotional by you, Gibbs. Like,
Dude,
No, that's-
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, I'm gonna pour some coffee. We're gonna take a little break because
Forrest
honestly,
taking clothes off for money, guys.
I'm not.
Look
Do
at the
not.
chat.
Hey, man,
I am
As long,
not.
as long as you don't get down to the
It's
cutoff
chat.
games, we're good. Just don't get down.
Chat. It's chat. It's not me. It's chat. Chat
It's
is
okay.
someone saying that.
But listen, go grab some drinks, grab some snacks.
yeah, I need to
Be
go pee.
beautiful, and I'll be right back because gosh darn, Gibbs has made me so happy. So I'm gonna mute so you won't hear me screaming.
He's gonna go stream off stream right
He's
now.
going to go dance in the next room.
He's gonna dance. He's gonna dance around and shake his hair around.
I want to dance right now. That's what I want to do.
improv dance
dancing.
party.
I'll split up. I'm not singing.
How?
Yay.
I'm just gonna dance my way over to make another cup of coffee. Do I need another cup of coffee? Maybe a cup of tea? I don't know. I'll see what I got.
I'm mute.
$70. Oh no. Yeah, Gibbs. Yeah, she Oh my god, everybody's off the stream. I gotta. Okay. Quick,
I'm back.
what? Noodle, I am not gonna charm person the entire party. Stop it.
Hey, Noodle, why would you give him that idea?
Noodle,
Noodle.
don't. Well, you're not here to stop me, so you can't make
Evil
the saving
noodle.
throw.
Evil.
Even.
You-
Noodle, I love.
Noodle.
Do I count as a person? I'm a cat man. I don't know if I count as a person.
Well, of course you do. Peekry does too. So
Am I-
Mhm.
I really
Noodle,
want.
I love
Why?
you. You have something special. Why would you want to charm me?
That's mine.
Obviously, the charming is part of the relationship.
Right. Yes.
mine.
Girls,
Okay.
girl, go dance. Sorry,
My
not sorry.
feels better than mine.
Back. Let's be fun. Let's be great. Grand.
I love this music.
Thank you. It's a little loud, so let me turn it down a bit. There you go. And I haven't uploaded
Picturing
this.
a dancing clown along with this music. Really creepy one.
I can't hear it at all now.
I can still hear it.
You have to turn it up, man.
Oh.
There we go.
I don't know.
I'll do it. I got you.
So here's the lovely part.
Okay.
You had a very good idea. What do you want to do with it?
What?
What? Go ahead. What do you guys do? What do you guys do?
Oh, okay. So this is why I think Kaya.
You thought Kaya Voroporo, the
Mhm.
dwarf merchant who is very open to a lot of stuff you guys have been telling her. You saved her nephew.
Yes.
Or her uncle.
Yeah.
She is the niece, she said.
So I think in either case, probably the gallery would be the best bet because that's where all the art is. That is where I think Renbu would kind of be drawn to. So I think that's if we want to find Renbu, that would be the place to go. That would be the place to be.
She says to all of you now, what is our goal there? We find Renbu, we convince him to help us, hopefully. Then what? We still have that tower, we still have the Crimson, we still have Sorel, and her dark machinations.
Hopefully Rembu might be able to take the brunt of that, I'm hoping. But
You've not seen Renbu fight, have you?
I do not know much about this man.
You've not seen the other Slab Lords, a Death Slatty, fight.
No.
If you do not think you can take on a Rakshasa, then what makes you think you can take on powers such as theirs?
That's the point. We can't.
Not directly.
Not only that, but it will cause destruction, I'm sure.
But we could destabilize their plans.
Destabilizing is the start. But we have to move fast once we decide. We cannot stop. For whatever they have planned, it happens today.
We need to hit many places. One after the other.
I can take one. The rest of you should take another.
Where could you go?
I think we need to find.
I don't see how sending you by yourself to any of these locations without us is going to necessarily be helpful.
I don't know. I think she can handle herself.
Well, I think she can handle herself fine. That's not the issue. It's just I think we need to be there for Weirdra. We need to be there for Renda. We need to be there for the Crimson. You know, we just need to start getting on it and getting it done. We're already.
I suggest let's not split. Let's focus all our energy, all our power that we have on each location.
And
we're already at the art place, right?
I see. No, you guys are in the Roman Moss Square still.
Yeah.
This is where the Crimson operates, as you understand it.
Yeah. I think to really destabilize these plans, what we need to do is we need to target the green slatty, or whatever slatty that is in charge of making this army of slads. I feel like that will be the main part of destabilizing
if they
everything.
Are collecting
I believe
them,
the clinic might be a big center of incubation.
If they are collecting them, there must be a nursery.
Somewhere.
Weirdra Clinic.
She has to be part of that nursery.
This is the place that we went to.
Many people there.
Yes, when we were searching for healing.
It would also have to be close, because the sickness of the slutty eggs, the moment before they erupt, you experience nausea, you experience unfortunate illness that can be cured until finally it erupts. Being there for that time, trying to treat them, that would be a good cover. You could take them into another room, you could move them away, you could silence the eruption, get the slad pole, once it has erupted. Certainly she can't do it with all the innocent in these squares that are abandoned by their leader. But in the other squares, that would be a good cover. Then she merely has to collect the ones that pop out of her patients and send someone to collect the ones who escape into the sewers.
Exactly.
Right, that's the collector. I feel like she's totally involved in. I don't feel like she's a super major player, but I definitely feel like she's involved with this.
So if we can shut down this clinic, shut down the nursery, that will be a major stoppage in their plans. So
That's what I've been saying for the last couple of days. Is we need to find the source of the infestation and shut it down.
So Rendu, we'll do the Weirdra clinic. As for you, Othal,
She can come with us.
I think she should stay with us.
Who knows? Who knows if Weirdra is actually a green slad? We may need her help.
Not only that, the nursery will likely have some. They will not be adults, but they will be dangerous.
yes.
There will be protectors.
And also, we have the Crimson hunting for her, and we have the Dark Power hunting for her. Leaving her alone in the city at this point, I feel, is unwise.
I do not know this dark power, but now with all of this,
I believe you're strong. I believe you're powerful, and I believe you can take care of yourself. But I know the strength of these beings, and I would prefer that you were with us, so we could fight together.
Do you know who has been scrying on me?
Yes. We have met them.
Scout. And I just say Scout kind of low and quietly. Like, the more I think about her, the more it's making me mad.
She's aligned with that mage, Anatar.
I see.
Seemingly,
She's enough. Oh.
she's looking to find. She's looking to find you. That is her main focus right now. She says she is planning to betray the mage. But now we don't believe so.
I see.
You will find her. She is another female tabaxi, and she's deaf. She's accompanied by Sky, who is her interpreter.
A Furbolg.
Yes.
Interpreter.
With a red
Nothing.
nose.
A big red nose!
So, are we going to go to the art place first or the clinic first?
Art place, I think.
What do you think, Miyako?
What? I literally just got back.
Yeah.
Art place first or the clinic first?
They
Wait, what was the
came to
first one?
they came to conclusion that there must be a nursery for these slatty poles that they're gathering.
Yeah.
Or you guys are going to go to the art place, the gallery. They're in the same square, so
Yeah.
Why are
For
we
me,
going
the only
to
reason
the
I
gallery?
wanted to go to the art place was to find the tattooed lady, and we already got her.
Yeah.
Like, talking to Renbu
Well,
is not that
we should go. I think we should go to the clinic. Ooh, I'm looking
But
at
I want to see Rembu. No, we can go to the clinic.
all right.
Yeah, and that's just Maddox's point of view. He doesn't feel like.
I don't think that I don't think that the gallery is going anywhere. But this nursery needs to be shut down.
Othal nods
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
in
totally agree.
agreement. And from there, would you guys like to leave?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as you do get up, here and there have been like kids running up to her, sort of like just to look at her for one, because gigantic. Others sort of like recognize her from earlier, and they sort of want to like show her like little face tattoos that they got or something like that.
Mhm.
Remember my street gang?
You do see a few of your street gang popping up. Some of them are sort of like sniffling because they were playing and they got mud all over their tattoos and now they're messed up. And you see Othal sort of, she's been pretty, like, not fierce, but she's been ready for anything. And you see that soften, just gently, as she nods down to them, and using her pinky, where there's this like red tip of color on it, just sort of like swivels it on each of their cheeks until it's bright as ever, almost rejuvenated. And then
I'm just gonna look for one of my little gang members and with the antlers, and I'm gonna try and motion them to come over, kind of move them off to the side a little.
They follow you, I guess. There's two here that you don't recognize, probably new. But the other one is like, you get the sense that he's sort of a rung below Blind Rabbit.
Okay. And I kind of nod to him and say, "You've gotten word from Blind Rabbit." Yes.
He sort of nods and says, "We found her!"
I see that. Thank you. Have you also been watching the gallery, as requested?
He says, "Yeah, we've sent some people over there this morning, and it's a busy place. People are popping in everywhere. Most of them we don't recognize. They're new people in town. Few artists trying to enter, but unfortunately, they kind of can't. They're a little upset about it."
Anyone seem different or strange? Stranger than usual.
Oh, I see. I get you now. I get you. Yeah, it looked as though there was this. There's this cat lady and this blue man just walking around. They were sort of like looking to people. They didn't really look at the paintings. They just stopped in and they left.
They're getting closer. I reach into my pouch and pull out a silver piece and hand it to him. And say, "Thank you. You're serving me well, and I appreciate your efforts."
Oh, that's fine. This is great. And he sort of like does this. The Bishab, curse you! And he runs away.
You really have started a cult with that old man there.
And he's just running around the square, this big courtyard, with his arms like this, just like wiggling them, just yelling, "Bishab, curse you all!"
I leave you for one day.
This city will never forget Mad Expo.
Did we hear all of this, by the way?
Yes.
I stop. I pull out my arm. Oh shit, we forgot about Hilden Art at the gallery.
We cannot take, and I gestured towards, the Goliath, and I said, "We cannot take her to the gallery. If Scout and Scoot are there and looking for her, as soon as they see her, they will
Scout and Sky might not just be searching for her. They might be searching for any of Renbu's artists, which includes Helm and Art. If we're going to save her, we need to make sure that they're protected as well."
Yeah, at this point, Miyako turns to Indigo. Miyako turns to Maddox and she goes, "Can't you have your little, I don't know what you call them, your little gang, look after them and make sure that they're all right?"
Your gang is going to look after and protect these two people who are assassins. I will not
put the children in. I will not put the children in danger.
Well, aren't they good at hiding anyway?
Being eyes is one thing. Being hands is another. They are not old enough. They're not ready.
Well, I wasn't necessarily going to put them in the fight. I'm just saying, if something happens to them, they can come and get you.
By the time they come and get us, then it'll be too late already. We don't know what kind of power they want from these people. If they get a hold of that power, that can put them several steps ahead of us.
They don't want the dwarves. They want her. And if we take her to the dwarves, they will be there waiting for her. And as soon as they see her, they're going to bring Anatar. This is foolish.
Wait. What are you talking about, the dwarves? The dwarves? That's not the halfling.
Hilden is a halfling.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the Ouroboros.
The Ouroboros are dwarves, definitely. Voroporo and Ouroporo.
But they're not on my mind. At this point, it's just if we went all this way to save Orthal because she was being chased by these two entities, that means that Hiln and Art are likely also being targeted by these two entities.
No.
And if they get
If they do go to the gallery and Renbu is there like you believe, I think they will be safe.
Nope, you're not safe.
no.
They found out.
They're here. Found them, fuckers. Oh dear. But yeah. Are you guys leaving the Roman Mouse Square with Othal?
We're going to need to make a decision. We
Yeah,
have
I
to
know.
shut down the hatchery.
I forgot about Hilden Art. The hatchery will be there too, though.
We may not have much time with the hatchery, especially if they're using alchemy in some way, which we saw the big lab to try to accelerate the process in some way,
My only problem.
which
I
is
don't
what I
believe
believe that they've been doing.
I don't believe that Scout and Scoot are after Hiln and Art. I don't think they're in danger at all. They straight up said that they are after the Goliath. The Goliath has the magic that they're looking for. They don't care about the other two.
Okay, I'll trust you with this one thing. However, if they do get captured and this does happen, I will not be happy.
I understand there's a lot of things.
I
that
hear your
are
words,
not
little one.
happening. But this is a portion of if this hatchery gets completely out of control.
I think the
Everyone
hatchery is
will
already out
suffer.
of control.
But we have someone
We
now
need
with
to
us
stop their
that might be able to help keep it
And because
under
of
control and shut it down.
That's exactly why we need to go and we need to take care of this problem.
And this is the
first.
disrupting their plans thing we were talking about.
Pretty much.
Pikachu tries to sort of edge over to reassure you, Lulu. He's just like, don't worry, once we get to the nursery, we'll blast it to pieces. It'll be fun! Don't you want to have fun?
I'll hold an Eldritch Blast next to him and I say, I'm with you, Pigri. It's time to start acting.
Yeah.
I'm ready to cut some heads off.
I just want to shank Weirdriff for giving me Aqua freaking poison potion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what Miyako wants to do. She wants to
See,
get rid of
see.
for
Maybe
giving me
make
that
her
potion.
drink those instead.
I have two
I
now.
wouldn't because it might actually be good. She might have only given us one bad potion. We don't know.
No, I don't feel like that happened.
I don't either.
Are you
but-
sure? Maybe you should try another.
Here's the thing though. Like,
It's
that's
like,
how
try one and see.
that's how it's gonna happen though. Is that she's gonna drink it? It's gonna help her. Like I'm just calling it.
I don't
Right.
think so.
Well, you guys
I
are
think she's
leaving
gonna wipe us
the
all out.
Roman Moss Square, correct?
Mhm.
Alright, you depart, and then you make your way to the Moonwell Square, and oh my goodness, the Moonwell Square is amazing. There are balloons sort of at just the right height, hanging everywhere. But also
Arcade or Lulu's?
in the air above the buildings. It's a clear display of gosh darn, we're gonna have fun, and it's gonna be so colorful. There is ribbons, there are flags, little carts with stages for bards to play on, bigger stages for plays to be put on, lots of different music, food, and games to be played and gandered at. But all of you are pushing through the crowds of the long Moonwell Square in order to get to the Weird Clinic, correct? Or the Weird Clinic.
Super weird.
It's definitely the weird clinic.
It's the weirdest, guys.
Okay.
It's the weirdest clinic I've ever been to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I've been to weird places.
you enter, and immediately you get the sense that it's a lot quieter. There aren't as many people inside, and some of the nurses are sort of still like working. And besides that, there's really nothing else. Othal has to sort of like go in sideways to try to wedge herself in, and Pikri is just sort of. You can see he's just like appalled that there is someone this large just existing. What do you do now that you're in the weird? Did you want to go into the weird clinic? Okay, so what do you do?
I go in and start immediately start scanning the room for Weirdra.
Okay, you look around. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I start scanning for
Yeah, I'm gonna scan it too.
for any protectors that may be here.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I didn't do too bad that time.
I don't see nothing.
All right, Maddox, you're just on edge. The smell of this place has always put you off. The smell of medicine, and for the rest of you, you're looking around, sort of wondering, where is she, and what's actually happening here. It seems as though the immense flow of patients that were here yesterday are not here anymore. And what you see is there's like maybe 3 people who are sort of like still laying there. You also see that there is a few that have like injuries. Like this one guy got his foot ran over by a cart. Another seems to have like a bad gash on his hand as he was trying to like. He's describing the accident. It's just very blah. And immediately,
Kind of standard injury stuff.
Standard injury stuff with a few people who have like stomach aches or something. They ate too much like they had those elephant ears. Yeah, that's the worst festival food ever. They ate too many elephant ears.
They're so good.
Oh my goodness.
I've never even had those.
Oh, they're
yummy.
delicious.
Triggerfist Gaming, thank you for following, buddy. We love
Funnel
you.
cake batter. It's funnel cake batter. That's what that is.
Funnel cake,
Funnel
really?
cake.
Ah!
Funnel cakes,
Yes.
funnel cakes mess me up. But they're so good.
It's the
That's what
fried
elephant ears
dough.
Mmm,
Mm.
fried everything.
I just gained a pound by thinking about him.
Mhm.
Right? Fried Oreos. Yeah, we're both trying to lose weight here, and you're all talking about
So-
fried everything.
I had some fried
Like,
peanut
for real,
butter and
though.
jelly sandwich.
Oh,
Mm.
The deep fried PB
Oh,
and
the
J
pain.
was so good, dude. It was
Stop!
so good.
Stop!
All right,
Stop it.
all right.
Stop
let's,
it!
Let's get back
The
to
Temptations.
the fact that you don't see
No.
weird Yesto Weirdra anywhere, at least on the ground floor. And one of the nurses comes by and is sort of like curious, like, "Oh, did you could we help you?
I just
Happy
look at it.
Happy Festival, by the way."
happy.
Where's
Miyako-
Weird?
Weirdra, she's upstairs. She's busy with
I start heading upstairs.
We need, and I turn to the nurse and I go, "We need to speak with her immediately. It's urgent." And then I follow him.
And she just seems powerless to stop you. Linda XD, thanks for following, buddy. I made the possum bigger so you could see it.
Yay!
Yay! And you start heading up immediately up those stairs, and the door's not locked. You can barge right in, and you see that she is sitting at the desk. And this is sort of like a private room where there is like a place for a patient to sit and lay down, but there's also like a little area where she can actually like do some paperwork, and like she seems to be looking over some ordering and shipments and whatnot. She doesn't look up immediately, but once she does, she looks up and says, "I'm sorry, I'm very busy. Ordering
Yeah.
I
some
throw
new
one of the
things
potions
for
I
the
throw one of the
Yeah,
potions
no.
from-
for the
Before you
festival
do
and
that,
whatnot. You
then the
understand?
Hold on, I was the first one in there. Hold on now.
All right.
Back it up.
You'll have to talk to
I go
the
in
nurses
there,
downstairs
she
if you
looks
need
up at
anything.
me. I pull out one of the potions from, my pouch or whatever, and I throw it against the wall. I dash it against the wall so it explodes everywhere.
It sizzles.
I say, "What is this poison
Yeah,
you've given us?"
Miyako comes like barging in, and she pulls out her rapier and aims it at Weirdra.
Okay, so that potion smashes against the wall, immediately starts sizzling. And then you pull out your rapier, you point it at her, and
Mhm.
you notice her expression hasn't really changed since you guys came in. No surprise, no shock,
Yeah, because she's a bad guy.
and
Yeah. Miyako at this point she goes, "You tried to kill me."
And then Lulu casts a spell. You cast Detect Thoughts.
Yes.
And you aim the spell at this woman. She's again an old elf. That's very like always been a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
But as you cast the spell, you don't initially get any thoughts. She seems to be either guarding them very closely, or your spell didn't work. And as you guys are sort of confronting her, she again just sort of shakes her head and just, I'm very busy here. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry too that we had to do this, but
Do
we
you
need
have-
answers?
Do you have no reaction to this?
And then she looks down and starts like writing again on the piece of paper. And then she looks up and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very busy here. I've got the Count's order, and I'm trying to get the order for the shipment for the festival. You understand?"
With
And she
the
keeps writing.
rapier still in her hand, can Miyako just like wipe all the papers off of the desk?
You do, and they
Okay.
just
and Miyako looks to her Denya and she goes, "This is more important. Give us answers."
And she looks up again and she says, I'm sorry. I'm very busy. And you notice she keeps
She's
writing.
charmed.
She keeps writing, but she keeps writing on the table itself. There's no paper. Push them all away.
Kage, do you have detect magic?
No, but I know how to get rid of this, and I blast her.
He said that with no hesitation, not even bat an eye. That did not even bat an eye.
I almost threw the bottle right in her
Oh
face when I
my
walked in the room.
God.
I thought it'd be more dramatic.
Complete-
That is the best. That is the best. Oh my goodness.
Completely. Yeah, isn't she? Hold on. Isn't she an elf?
She is an elf, yes.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna blast her once. I'm able to
yeah,
do
please
two
don't
attacks,
try
but
not
I
to
won't
kill
blast
her.
Oh my goodness. That was amazing.
her. She takes 13
I mean-
force damage.
Okay,
It worked on Lulu, right?
so you
It did.
that was just a beautiful moment. And
Oh,
it's
I love
that
beautiful.
he was totally serious.
The
too.
chair flies across the room and just bangs against the back wall. And your spell, although it certainly did a great deal on the chair, seems to have no effect on Yesta Weirdra.
It's an
She
illusion.
remains seated, writing on the table.
It's an illusion.
And then she looks up and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very busy here with
Can I
Count's
go up
order,
towards
you know,
her?
for the festival."
Can I go up and try to put my hand on her shoulder?
No, you can't because it goes right through.
God damn it!
And then
everybody
so
else, we gotta go.
Miyako turns around and she goes, "Guys, be on your guard."
They've taken everyone out of here. She's gone along with
We don't know.
the rest
She
of
may
the
be-
patients.
She may. Wait, there's nobody downstairs.
They've removed everyone from up here. The rest downstairs have to also be gone.
We need to check.
We should check
So
the basement.
if I
We should check
cast,
the basement.
if I cast detect thoughts, and if there was nobody really to detect thoughts on,
There
is there any way I hear anybody else within the general vicinity?
What's your range on that?
What's
The
concentration?
range
They can keep it up
is
to a
Is
minute.
there a range on it?
You can keep it up to a minute. I'm gonna say
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so with this, you suddenly realize, okay, there's nothing here. I'm just gonna whoop, and you
Yep.
just start scanning for like surface thoughts, just to like
Mhm.
see. And you hear the distant hum of several people groaning in pain. And then you hear several other thoughts that are a little bit more fuzzy, but they seem concerned about keeping them calm, trying to keep them comfortable.
I turn to everybody, come with me, and then I walk out towards the sound of the thoughts.
It
I
seems to be
follow her.
coming from
I follow.
the lower floor. You go down to that floor, and then
Yep.
it seems to be coming from another lower floor. But
and then I
Yeah.
go down.
but
Wait,
there isn't one.
They're in the sewers.
either
Last
that
time we
or
went into a different building, and then there was that secret trap door that led to the room that was
Yep.
adjacent to the.
Mhm.
that's it.
There must be
That's
another
where we
here.
found. That's where we found Hickory.
All right, then because the other door is close, or the other building is close. So I walk out.
Yeah.
Go to the other building.
Okay.
Do the whole thing.
Yeah, we follow her.
All right. Do what whole thing? Because you get to that door.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm
Can
guessing the door is locked.
Yes.
Before I leave the
I-
clinic,
Can I
Before
try
I
and
leave the
strength
clinic-
it?
Which
Wait,
one?
Before you leave the clinic.
Hold on. Before you leave the
Oh.
clinic.
can I do like a scan of the room, like an inside check of the nurses or something, and see if any of them look like they're nervous or scared or like withholding information or something, you know?
Give me an insight check.
Can I join him in the?
Yes, you can.
Finally.
I'd like to do this as well.
Nat 20.
And a natural.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got a 20, but it was a natural.
So anybody, actually, I think all of you succeed. You will be able to understand that the nurses are actually kind of relieved because of the hectic day they were having yesterday. But they don't seem perplexed. They don't seem at all scared.
So they don't really react at all
To what?
to the fact that well, like all the people are gone and that Weirdrow's gone, or not gone, but like, wouldn't they have noticed that she had never left her office?
No.
We don't know how long that's
Yeah, that's
been
true.
there though, or
Yeah. That's
So most of the reactions at this point probably are reacting to us barging into place and storming into our office and walking back out
Right.
again.
Yeah, that's really about it. The rest of them are just kind of like bored, or they want to like, I can't wait till I get off.
Okay.
I can enjoy the
That's
festival.
all I needed
Okay.
to know.
Like
we
that.
can
Like
go
they're
on.
more concerned about like, oh well, I'm gonna enjoy the festival when I get off. That's like the surface thoughts you would get, Luella. But what do you
Yeah.
guys do now?
Now we can go next door. I just wanted to make sure.
go next door, go to both of the doors, check that they're both locked. They are locked.
Yes.
Come back to everybody else.
Wait, can
Who
I
wants to do
try
the
and
honors?
strength? Can I try and strength one of those?
You can.
Or Maddox can just roll the thieves tools and break in. If
It's
that
true.
works.
It's true. Before you can do anything,
Yeah.
Maddox
yeah.
immediately gets to work, and
Yeah,
Maddox,
does that
you were
work?
able to get through that lock. However, you take
Oh, what is
5
this?
lightning damage as suddenly, as you hear that lock click, you feel this
Trapped.
jolt of energy sort of race through the tools and into your fingers, and it just keeps going until it just clacks against your skull, and it shakes you a bit, but the door's open.
I kind of jerk my hand back and I say, "Yeah, rats and mice!" As I drop my tools, and I kind of shake my hand a little bit and then collect my tools again and put them in their spot.
Do you need
Pikri
something?
runs up to you and says, "Oh no, are you okay?
He was trapped. Beware.
You should have told
The
me!
rest of- The rest of it might be trapped.
I'll keep an eye out," and he strides in there.
I stride right after him. Pickery!
Can I catch him?
Yeah, can he stop? Can I stop him too?
Yeah, you grab him by the tail.
Oh no, you don't.
Like,
Wait,
gotta find the traps.
Wait, brave one. We will go together.
okay.
Um,
And I'm gonna
Maddox,
look for
are you
traps
going
in the
first?
doorway.
Alright,
I'm gonna look for traps in the doorway first. I hold up
Okay.
a hand and kind of,
yeah.
motion.
Yeah, I'd like to do a help action, assist him.
give me an investigation check.
with advantage because of
Okay,
the help.
can I investigate to make sure that there are any traps on the ground or anything if we move?
Yes. You can make an investigation check if you want.
Nope,
You see nothing.
I know nothing.
Um,
I see nothing.
I rolled with advantage because Cage was helping me.
He was.
Okay, so at 20.
Okay, so you inspect the doorway. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. You inspect the floor. At least upon entryway, it seems okay. And then you get further in, It definitely appears as though this is the same storage room as before. You do notice that illusion that is stopping the trapdoor from being seen is still there. But it is also locked again from the looks of it. It has actually like a stud lock on it.
Okay, I'm gonna search for traps first this time.
Okay.
Sorry about that. You want to help me out, Cage?
Are you proficient in that?
I am proficient in thieves.
Okay. You'd be able to, yeah.
Nice.
Anyone?
Yes, this has another trap on it, and it is an arcane one at that. The lock seems to have been made so that once it's unlocked, it will do a rather fierce electric shock to whoever opens it.
Another one. Say it's trapped. Do
Are
not
you
touch
gonna
it.
disarm it?
Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do about that. Would I just roll thieves tools for that, or dexterity check, or how do you want me to do that?
You would. It would have to be a high enough thieves' tools to avoid setting off the trap.
Okay.
How high are we looking is the question.
And Cage pulls out his thieves' tools and says, "Let's go at this from 2 different angles."
Oh, there you go. That's smart.
So you're gonna try to?
Yeah.
Cool.
I look over
for
at Lulu, and I say, could you perhaps play a song for me?
Yes, I guess I could. And I'm gonna break out my, oh my goodness, what's it called? My bardic.
I need some inspiration, Lou. What's up?
I got your inspiration. So you all have an extra D6 within the next 10 minutes that you can roll on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw roll.
Sweet.
Okay.
Will you let us know when that D6 is up so I can make it?
I'm gonna also, just before he rolls, I'm gonna cast guidance on Maddox.
Ooh,
Okay.
22. Holy crap.
The baby mama just got here, so I'll be right back.
Okay. But I'll continue because that's definitely high enough. And he rolled a 4, 26. That's enough. Yeah. Okay, so
Oh my
that
gosh.
makes this even sweeter. With a 26, you and Maddox make this lock a non-issue because you can bypass the enchantment that's been put on it by sort of like doing a different order of the levers and locks that you need to like sort of push. And over time, you guys get a satisfying click and no electric shock. Do you open the door? Oh no, you're muted.
Slowly and very quietly.
Okay. It makes a terrible creak as you sort of push it up. And then you see once again that familiar darkness, except for the people who can see outside of the dark vision. And Epic win again. Thank you for following. I just love it because I love that possum. Possums with strawberries are the best. I love it. And from there, you descend, seeing that there are no more traps, at least for now, into this room that you had burned up, that you had destroyed. And you see that it, strangely enough, is different.
Has it been? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You see that the walls and the floors are charred with its various things that with the fire that you guys lit in here, and it's completely destroyed. But there are like footprints in the ash. There's been the furniture, like the table and the equipment, has been moved off to the side, if there was people here, they apparently did something. They moved all of the equipment off to the side, but you don't know what they did or what has happened in this place.
Can we do some sort of like investigation check to like figure that out? Or
Yeah,
no?
you guys would have to do an investigation check.
I'm doing investigation to figure out what's going on here.
Okay.
I'm guessing it has been over a minute.
No, this is still a minute. So if you want to
Okay.
add that d6 to your roll, Miyako, you can.
Well, that, and then also I still have, or I
Can I
meant over a
reroll?
minute since the detect thoughts.
Well, here, let me just
It
roll
has
a,
been.
Yeah,
let me
that's what I thought.
roll a
Okay,
1d6.
1d6.
Cage is gonna cast
Add it to
guidance
that.
on himself.
Oh, okay.
A 20.
Well, yeah.
Okay. You're casting
What
guidance
was
on
that?
what?
Actually, I'll just cast guidance on Miyako since she's going in and investigating.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll a d4 with that as well. 22. So, with this 22, you return to this room where you found Picri, and although you had looked around before, you notice that there's something weird about it. Particularly because one of the walls at the far back is actually not burnt at all. It is rather fresh looking, actually.
I go over to this wall and I can I feel it? And
Feels-
like possibly.
Yeah, it feels like your hands sort of dip into the wall, actually, until you feel the door, and it appears to be an illusory wall.
And she's gonna turn around and kind of whisper it to the rest of them, and she's gonna be like, guys, there's like no wall. It's nothing. You know, it's an illusion.
I
Just
believe
like
after we
the
set
others."
this place on fire, they must have begun. We must have made them nervous.
Or maybe they came back and found something.
I believe so. They made moves to move everyone. I believe this is where they went.
We need this wall. Can I push farther into it?
Yeah, it seems like there's a wooden door.
Can I open the wooden door?
You can't because it's locked.
Can I try and strength it?
You want to push it open?
I wanna try.
Okay.
So
Oops.
they may have trapped things behind.
Does that work?
It would actually be
I can't.
a 20 because that was a strength save, so you
Yeah,
wouldn't get your proficiency with that.
Right. But
But you definitely brace yourself against the door, and you guys see her sort of sink into it, and a second later she just goes, wham!
we
And-
through the wall.
Picri actually was holding up a finger the entire time, but you guys couldn't really see him because, gosh darn. And immediately you take some damage.
Of course I do.
You take 10
Oh,
10 points of lightning damage
Cool.
as
Cool.
the door's frame
okay.
breaks
half
and
health here.
shatters, and it immediately just causes these bolts where it was on the lock apparently to just arc through your body.
This
And you
is
sort of
both
like-
Peeker and I kind of like lower our fingers, like it may be trapped.
Good job, that was impressive.
And she kind of is like grimacing a little bit, and she's like, "Yeah, it was trapped, but I'm still okay."
And you look up and you see in front of you a hallway. It is a long hallway. With several doors on each end.
Friggin' maze.
What do you do? On each side, rather. Like, you look down, you say this hallway is about maybe like 30 feet long, not very wide.
Bless you.
And there are doors on either side, it seems. 3 on this side and 3 on
Lulu,
that
you
side.
can't use detect thoughts again, can you? I would assume no, but
Well, I can either do that or I could do a minor illusion if we want to not be seen.
What did I miss?
Kind of walk up to Miyako and I go, it's maybe not force through these next few doors. I'm sure they've covered all their tracks.
I'm sure they have too. But I mean, I'm.
We need to do
don't
this
really have much left to live
very
for,
carefully.
So might as well go out with a bang, right?
I'd rather not go out with
Not
a
at the
bang.
cost of your life.
By the way, Indigo, you missed me taking 10 damage because I forced my way through an illusion of a wall, which was a wooden door, and I took 10 lightning damage.
Yeah. You guys also, you'll be happy to hear this. Each of you, actually, Miyako, you get 2 d12s that can be used as a modifier or to damage or to your covering hit points.
Oh.
Luella, you also get 2. Maddox, you get 2 d12 as well. And Kajimori, you get 1 d12.
No,
Oh.
Paige.
Ah!
That's from... You
Yeah.
know, that's from you
Gibbs
know
is like,
who.
only one Kate. I know that she didn't mean
She's
that.
like,
She was
"Oh, no."
wondering how to.
Gibbs
No,
loves you.
No, Gibbs does love me. I know.
Gibbs loves you.
She does.
It's
She
so
didn't
funny.
know how it was gonna equal out.
I've got you, Cage. If you need healing
Yeah,
points
she
or whatever,
yeah.
I got
Alright.
you.
So in this dark hallway, Abby, you cast your character casts
yeah.
detect thoughts, and you do hear now those same thoughts from before. A lot of them are busy or trying to deal with some discomfort. They're almost delirious, but others are rather rational. They're concerned. They're constantly talking about how to keep them calm, how to relax them, make sure to catch them, make sure that...
Slap babies.
Just throw a slab baby in there.
and one of the doors opens, because that was a loud noise. And you see a face pop out. And it is a small creature that sort of pokes out. Whoa. That noise. Gibbs...
Gibbs!
Gibbs would like to
Oh
give
my
one
God.
more d12 to Kaje Mori. Just so...
Aw.
Just so you know that
If you
she...
tell for
She loves
Katamori,
you.
please. That's what she said. Question mark.
Aww.
We love you, Gibbs.
Gibbs, you're
We love you so
tremendous.
much.
That possum, you are feeding the possum so
It's
well.
even now,
So
is what she says.
Yay! It is even now.
It is even now.
I'm gonna carry over that $10 into our next drive for whatever it may be. For now, yeah, this small creature pokes its head out. It is it steps out rather unconcerned as it sees the lot of you there. Lulu, do you have dark vision?
I do.
Yeah, I know. He's asking Lulu, not you.
I like how
She's the
you're
only
like,
one
I
who doesn't.
don't know. Do
I don't-
halflings have dark vision? I don't think I do.
No.
No, so it might just
Because
be
remember,
the
we
tabaxi.
were in that cave and you couldn't see anything?
It's
Yeah,
just
I was the only one who couldn't.
yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah, you're the only one. So,
I
Is
say
there
we
any
toss the
form
halfling.
of
The
light
Maddox
anywhere?
and Pikri are the only ones who know that this creature at the far end of the hallway is a very small slatty.
oh, son of a.
It's a blue one, and it's very small. But it has this long smile on its face, and these big eyes that just sort of like take in the new people that have arrived. And it sort of lifts a hand and starts waving at you. And it goes, "Hello! Hi!
Can
Hi!
you Stealth?
I hear this, right?
Yes.
I think we all hear it.
Hello?
It has 2 bone claws coming out of its hand as it's waving. It's like, "Hello, what are you doing here?"
Do I recognize this voice at all? Do Slatty have a particular way of speaking or accent that I would recognize?
Not really. Only that it's little. Only that it's little. For his hair, hypo. Saberwolf, hypo. And he's just waving, and then he sort of steps out fully, and he says, I think, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we were told you're gonna come. Hello. And he sort of starts waddling down the hallway.
Who's it?
Jacopo's. Yeah, only Lulu understands this, right?
No, all of you do. And he sort of like stops halfway because you notice as you guys are pulling out weapons. He goes, "Oh no, it's okay. There's like we're not gonna fight you or anything. It's fine."
Who is it?
How can we trust you?
I was told not to.
Who is it?
Who is it?
It's a freaking sled.
What's your
It's
name?
a sled?
It's a Slatty, yeah.
It's a sled
It's a
talking to
blue
us.
sleddy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Slatty, you sound very, very small.
I am small. I'm growing young.
So,
oh.
what's your name?
I am Mistful.
Who told you that you were to expecting us?
Voltsov.
Oh. And she said that we were okay?
Can I insight him?
Why am I not magic missiling this thing in the face right now?
Can
No,
I
I want to find
insight?
out.
Yeah, you can insight check.
Nope, I know nothing.
It's very it's very small.
I still have detect thoughts, though.
Just
Is
holding
it,
an Eldritch Blast.
Yes, your detect thoughts
Let's do insight.
before it runs out is going to tell you that this thing is thinking, oh, they're here. Oh, finally! I was wondering when they were going to show up. Oh gosh, I have to get the money out of. I don't want to go in there. They yelled at me last time, but I have permission now. I'm going to get the money.
okay.
What?
I don't think there's anything directly sinister about what he's doing. I suggest there's talk of money. And we do know Boltsoff is a name that I have heard before from the Green Slatty. Remember?
So I turn to this slad again and I go, what do you know about, do you have any involvement with the Crimson by chance?
I don't think we have any red slat anymore. You guys killed it.
I'm sorry he attacked us. Wait, which red slad?
Sacroin! He was like...
Oh, yeah, they did kill him.
He's
That
like
was
the
such a bad
coolest
thing.
one!
Dude, I've heard great stories about him. And at this point, I'm trying desperately to keep this blue slatty on our side.
And
kind
then he sort of like
talking.
puts his long hands on his long, like everything on his hips.
Yeah.
And goes, he was my dad, you know. You killed my dad.
Oh, so
Oh god.
Oh, no.
I cast Black Arrow at this thing.
No!
Okay.
Why would you? Why? Give me a reason.
Why do I need to give you a reason?
He seems friendly!
So exciting, and we're
He
having a
hasn't
conversation.
He hasn't tried to hurt us at all. Are you kidding me?
If we get bolts,
He's a slatty.
If we get bolts,
Okay,
on
if
our
you kill
stab
this
side,
thing, we might not have a chance of getting whatever money you're
Go ahead
talking
and
about,
roll
first
the
of
hit.
all.
Go
Second
ahead
of
and
all,
roll
we
the
might
hit.
alert the
Let's see
others
if
that
it
are in
hits.
there.
We came down here to kill everything down here.
no,
You guys
not
are having a
necessarily.
powwow with this thing.
We came down here to get information.
I didn't.
Okay, roll the attack. I'll figure out what to do after that.
Fine.
Cage just kind of shrugs his shoulders and blasts as well.
Wow. Okay, this is awesome.
At this
Fuck,
At this
fuck,
point,
fuck,
Miyako's
fuck.
just like, all right, let's go, and she'll
I mean, I miss him anyway, so.
she'll go into. Are we rolling this?
You notice that he misses. And the arrow just sort of like spats at its feet.
Okay, so then with the miss, I'm like, I need the truth now, creature.
And then Kajimori tried to Eldritch Blast.
As he
Yeah,
said,
I
that
guess
he's
that
such
was
an idiot.
Level 5, so one misses.
Oh.
but the other one catches him. I hope.
Okay. He sort of like just stares down at the arrow of darkness, looks up, and then is like then this other one just blasts like above the ceiling. And he's like, oh no!
And at this point, Miyako kind of stops dead in her tracks to see if he's gonna, actually like tell them anything or whatever. But she still has her rapier pulled out and she's aiming it at him.
Hey, he's not lying to us. Let's hold for a second.
And then boom, he gets splatted with this eldritch blast, and he falls back. You send him like careening down the hallway, just head over heels, and he takes 11 damage, and then he just lays there.
I am going to go up to him and cast Cure Wounds. So he gains back.
Regret it.
So he gains back 9 points. So I go up to him and I kind of.
Would you stop healing the bad guys?
No, shh, I got a plan.
Hey, the first time wasn't technically her fault. She was trying.
Okay.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the first time was Vincent the Warg. The second time
true.
was the Slatty, and she was
Well,
turned.
Vincent ended up being on our side.
So
So
you put your hands on this. He's a blue slat.
Yeah.
It looks like. And you heal. His chest has been like caved in from that attack. You sort of realize
Cage
that.
looks over at Maddox and says, "Is this normal?"
And
Didn't we come down here to
like,
kill things?
it shouldn't be, but apparently
I am
it
confused.
we are getting information before we kill anything, and we're making sure that these things deserve to be killed before we start hacking away.
Very clearly,
she's
this
very mad at this.
infestation deserves to be annihilated.
And he
Alright,
sort
like,
of
Miyako looks
sniffles
at
a bit. Now, because before he was literally like gasping for air. Apparently, that nearly killed him.
Oh my god.
And now he's sort of like breathing normally, but he's still like wet around the eyes, and he says, "Ah!"
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for them. I know they have been very distrustful of Slad as of late. I am sorry.
Like,
that's why I'm gonna pay you to leave us alone.
That's what's going on.
Right to be.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a bribe to go ahead and let this infestation
Yeah.
happen?
I
Yes.
would really like to talk to
No.
Voltsolve, actually.
Both soft. Oh.
I understand that you are familiar with working with the bad guys and serving underneath them, because, the whole Renbu thing, but I'm not down. I'm down here to kill every single one of these.
I turn around and I'm like, if we do not talk to this green Slad, I swear to God, if we can go through this without killing things, that would be preferable. So either you have something productive to say, or you keep your mouth shut. Turns
We
back.
have to kill all of them.
I turn back. Would we be able to talk to Voltsolve?
He just looks at Maddox again, all slow.
Yeah, Miyako's kind of like looking at this.
We're definitely
like,
looking at Cage like,
She raised an
is she
eyebrow.
on our
and she's
side?
like-
Is she on our side? I'm not really sure.
yeah, like Miyako raised an eyebrow and she just
I've-
is like.
I've tried.
I mean, you could, but I'm not supposed to tell you where she is. Like,
that makes
Mom
sense.
doesn't want to like talk to you guys. She's done. She's just done.
Yeah, and we're done too.
Well, yeah,
But we
that's
still
why
need
she's
answers.
giving me money.
No. Money
No.
is not money is not enough. No amount of money.
He seems
will ever be
confused. He
enough.
doesn't understand why you're saying no.
Can you tell us why your mother is making all these Slatty and attacking the town, attacking Bronfels?
Oh my goodness. Should we break out the tea?
And he says, you have a big family.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yes, I know. Usually families this big should be in limbo. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this, but limbo is
Yeah, what happened to
Usually-
Othal?
Othal's still here. She's just standing there with her arms crossed, just observing all of this. Hikari is
Miyaka's-
clutching Kaje Mori's robes.
Oh. Miyako's gonna turn to Othal at this point, and she's gonna go, what do you think? What is your thoughts on this matter?
She looks down the hallway. And she lets out a sigh and says, "They are children. They come from a cursed existence. It's not their fault that they erupt in this murderous fashion. Their mother should be held accountable."
They will spread this disease no matter what their age.
So then what do you think we should do?
She thinks, and then whispers down, let the halfling have her fun. We'll have ours."
So
I'll nod
she
at her.
Yeah, she turns back to Maddox and
There are
and she
there
kind of
are
nods and says,
benefits of being two-faced.
"There's your answer."
Okay. So, you said that it was just, you have a very big family. That's why you're all being born and going up to the surface. Do you know if your mother talks to any other Slad or Slad lords for that matter? I know that Sakroin was your father.
Yeah.
Was there anybody higher up on the hierarchy that you know of?
Well, I'm not supposed, make a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm like, I know that it's very hard and that you're very young, but you've been
Because
so
he
brave.
wasn't told to be talking to you like this. He was just
Yeah.
told to give you the money.
Nice.
Okay.
22, 22.
And he says, "Well, I mean, she always just... Well, that wasn't our business. I'm not old, but I did hear her talking to Sorel. It was really scary.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, she has
Sorel.
this magic pool that she talks to. She can talk to anyone she wants."
She has a magic pool. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Where's the magic pool?
It's do you want to see the magic pool?
I would love to see the magic pool.
And he sort of gets up and pushes open the door across from the one he came out of, and he says, "Vixie, the magic pool! Get out of there!" And
I'm hiding.
you hear this other voice go, "No! I'm taking a bath!"
I just want to look at the magic pool, young one.
And Nico, you are not going anywhere.
Luella, you see that there are 2 gurneys in this room, and they have dead bodies on them.
Oh, good lord. Do we see that?
No,
Are we
you
up
don't.
there?
You also notice that there's a blue Slad in there as well, holding this other Slad, a Slad pole, and sort of just like holding it in the water, just with its head popping out, and it's just like. And Vixie is a little smaller than Mistfolk,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "No, they want to look into it. They want to talk to it. Let them talk to it. Come on, it'll be fun."
Wait, we're talking to Sorel? No, I just want to see it. I don't want to talk to Sorel. Oh no.
No,
Oh.
we're not talking to Sorel.
Okay,
Are we?
well, that's the pool. And he sort of points and says, that's the pool.
Well, that's very interesting. So, say that I wanted to talk to Sorel in the future. How would I do that exactly?
You would need Mom's permission first.
Oh, of course.
We're not supposed to be in the pool. Please don't tell her we're in the pool.
Okay, of course I won't.
Okay. Othal is just...
Yep. Yes, of course.
And, Mistful says, and then you would need a piece of limbo, from limbo.
Oh.
She used Sakroin's stone to do that. She would, dip it in and be like, "Oh, the smell," and then they would talk.
Oh, of course. Okay, that very much makes sense. You know what? Thank you, young one, for all of your help. I very, very much appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And with that, she's gonna cast Shatter on the little guy.
Oh my god.
DC 15.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Damn.
But
son.
why though? But why though?
Paige loves Lulu again.
All right, Lulu,
Wait, what did you
cast
cast shatter on him?
She shattered him.
You cast Shatter.
16 thunder damage.
She shattered
16.
the guy that she tried to heal. That she healed.
Shatter
Yeah.
has a radius, yeah.
And what
That's
happens
big.
next is pretty crazy because you blast this Slotty,
Mhm.
and he goes flying across the room, and just slams into the wall head first, and you see his head just crush into his body, and he's dead before he hits the ground. And
Finally.
And
Thank you.
Vixie saw this happen, looks back to you, and snarls
That's
and
my
lets
girl.
out this loud croak as she clambers out of the pool and tosses the slad pole at you. And next time,
Ah!
on the forefront of the Festival of Colors, we are going. Yeah, post a clip link. We are going, Gibbs. We are going to fight
She clip.
in the nursery of the Weird Clinic.
Ah! Are you freaking
Oh
kidding me?
boy.
Oh, she got timed out for you. You gotta give her permission.
Oh,
So-
no.
Oh boy, it's Glamour time.
Oh my
Hold on,
God!
hold
How
on,
do I
Gibbs.
not? How do I help her?
I got it. I got it. I got it.
How?
Go ahead, Gibbs. Hurry. You got a minute.
And I thought, why?
There you go.
baby
Baby
sled.
slad pole.
Oh no! You clipped that.
Did she? What did she clip?
It's probably me making weird faces. Let me see.
Let me.
I hope so.
I hope so. But it's good. The Festival of Colors. Gosh darn, guys, it is here and it is happening. They have found the third artist of Remedy. And dear goodness gracious, this is adorable.
Dude, she clipped you making faces when you were describing. Oh, that's great.
That's amazing.
But you
That's
know,
beautiful.
Gibbs, thank you for making today a splendid one.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you to all my players for gosh darn
Thank you
having a
so
bunch
much.
of fun. This was a very intense session. But next one we're gonna get into a fight because gosh darn, you gotta start off the festival right with killing some
Right,
slotty.
by getting into a fight.
Yeah. But I'm gonna leave it there. Again, I advise you to join the giveaway
Yes,
because we're
please.
giving away
I
that
got it for.
One Night Werewolf. Voila. Fun little deception game. I love it. And again, thank you Indigo for the exceptional, absolutely phenomenal overlay that makes this so pleasurable to watch.
Oh,
Besides the hair. The hair. I don't.
It's always the
these
hair.
guys.
It always comes down to
These
the hair.
guys.
Where these goes.
Oh yeah, it's always, you know.
All of this
And-
stuff
yeah,
is just
and
eye
we-
candy. It's these guys that make it happen.
Yeah, and I feel like I speak for everyone when I say this, but we want to thank for DMing such an awesome game. You know, we wouldn't be here
Yes.
without you. You know, we wouldn't have had all this amazing adventure without you. You know,
Four has
and I mean,
driven
this
Abby
stream wouldn't be
crazy the
here.
entire week.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Abby.
The entire week, probably this week as well. I'm really trying not to let
Has-
my personal
are-
feelings.
have
about
you-
that.
Have you? Are we gonna get another iteration of the wall?
Yeah.
I have a couple of things to add to the wall.
I was gonna say, is the
So
wall
I'll
gonna get
post-
upgraded?
I'll post the updated version.
Okay.
Okay. Every time it
Lovely.
gets updated, it needs to be posted.
Will do.
So,
Now
but yeah,
so you guys know what's
but
going
yeah,
on.
but yeah,
Um,
we just want to say.
Yeah,
thanks
you don't want to
for-
get in the way of Lulu trying to figure out this mystery because
Oh,
she's really
no.
mad at
You learned
And
that the
I'm
hard way.
really, really sorry for that. Like, I was trying to
Don't be
play it
sorry.
off as my character, but
You know
me,
what?
like in real life, am super like, no, guys, I need this answer. Don't
I
mess
think
this up for me."
think the same thing happened to you this week that happened to me last week. I ended up
I was
being so
wondering where
mad.
I was wondering where Lulu started and
Yeah.
Abby began.
Yeah, I was
They-
the line is becoming thinner and thinner, and it just kind of mixes
that's how I was last week. So I was
love
like,
it.
I can't, and I was
Oh
like,
my
I'm pretty
goodness.
sure this is actually Abby coming through, not
I'm very
Lulu
pleased. I'm
anymore.
very pleased.
I love you
But
all.
again,
Yeah.
thank you, Gibbs, for crushing the lifetime
Gibbs.
license that we have been building up to.
Yay!
I have a lot of thoughts for our next goal, but with this, we'll be able to do a monthly one-shot, which will let me create the scenes needed in XSplit and record it as well.
Yay.
This has been
Being able to record straight to your hard drive is going to be huge, especially for your YouTube channel. You know, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
absolutely. But I love all of you, and I love
We love you
that
too.
my strange, handsome qualities can bring you light in your day. Tonight, I'm going to be appearing on Askren's Exploding Dice with the Dark Spring, which is a Mouse Guard campaign. That's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you have not played Mouse Guard, it is legitimately my favorite role-playing game. And what is happening in the Dark Spring is sort of, well, I feel like it's like a culmination of all my knowledge of the game just being coalesced into this intense, powerful threat with the campaign. It is all about what happens when mice have to stand up to a pack of wolves.
You guys get to see For's dark side. You thought this was bad.
You
thought this was bad.
thought this was bad. Go outside. Go
Yeah.
see what the mouse world is like.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
man.
Forest Dark Side happens on Saturday night.
Oh man, Writhing Moon is
This is true. This
I
is very true.
didn't watch last night's episode. I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
there is some art of it. It was pretty intense.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw the art on Twitter.
But
It's too bad I can't watch it.
I mean, but I love all of
sucks.
you guys, and honestly, just join the Discord. We would love to talk to you and love to.
Oh, yeah,
just
we're in there all
get
the
to know
time, yeah.
everybody.
Join the
I'll be
Discord
live.
if you want to see.
I'll be live tonight too. I think.
Where?
We'll be playing actually on my channel. I'll be streaming. We're actually gonna be playing another D&D game that Vincent is actually DMing and Indigo is in. Yeah, he's DMing it. He actually took it from another friend of ours. But yeah, we're
I
playing.
get to be a mouse.
Yeah, they're all mice.
That's good.
Gibbs is in it too. Gibbs is playing a bunny, and then I play the one and only character as an elf.
They're all
I play
critter
Gibbs.
people.
You're a
characters-
Disney princess.
It is literally a critter world.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. It's called Preventing Apocalypse. I'm gonna be streaming it on my channel at 8 p.m. EST tonight. So before you guys hop over to Fours, you guys can come check me out too.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun.
Well, I am gonna cheer for you. I'll see if I can drop by PST, right?
I am a mouse.
No,
and I'm a knight.
EST.
EST. Okay,
EST,
I had to
yeah.
double check.
Yeah,
Mousy
DDT
mouse.
for those of you who are
I'm a nightly
Yeah.
mouse.
Gibbs, are
Yes.
you in it?
Gibbs is in
Gibbs
it.
is in it.
Mhm.
Gibbs is in it.
Yep,
Yeah.
she plays a bunny
He's
named
a
Maya.
sorcerer bunny.
He's a sorcerer bunny.
Yeah,
Gibbs.
she plays a bunny
Gibbs.
named Maya.
Vincent, who are you playing? All the animals?
He plays everybody else. He's the DM.
So what happened is he originally actually was playing Pepperjack from your
Oh.
mouse campaign. But
Aw.
unfortunately, our DM had to leave due to the real life circumstances, so he took over DMing. So he's still playing Pepperjack, but he's playing everyone else
Yeah,
too.
I really loved just the idea of the game in general, so I just decided
Agreed.
Yeah,
I don't want to let it just fizzle out.
yeah.
I'll just run it.
Well,
Yeah,
gosh
so-
darn.
So yeah, that'll
I
be
love playing this
again.
character, too.
Yeah, that's my channel. It's in the chat there for you guys. Ayami 302. I'll be posting.
So drop in,
the
say
link
hi.
on chat on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, come say hi to us. I'll be the only one be on cam because I'm not as awesome as Four and I don't have that much of a setup. But you'll be able to hear these guys' voices. So you'll be. But yeah, so,
So, with that, I think we're all set. Let's go enjoy our Sunday. And
Yeah.
best of luck in all of your endeavors. I wish you
Yep.
a happy evening. Farewell,
Yep.
and you'll see us next time on the forefront.
bye everybody.